Hi, this is an instructional video on how to put the hardware around your Spur gear on my or your ECX style RC car. Mine just happens to be a ECX circuit stadium truck, specifically the 1:10 ratio four-wheel drive version. The Spur gears are pretty much the same, especially if you have four-wheel drive. The two-wheel drive version Spur gears don't have the threading to allow the attachment for the drive shaft. And by the way, you can get a metal one. It just depends on the ECX model, two-wheel drive only version. At any rate, there's actually a few pieces to it that you have to take off to get to the Spur gear. They come in a 2-pack for like $5 or $6. If you have the know-how or at least the bravery to take things apart, I highly recommend just getting the 2-pack, because you can get the one with the hardware already on it, but it's like $17 to $20. Okay, so I took the set screw off, and you slide this out, and the ball bearing, the bearing's there. Pop that off. Once you do that, there's a little nut to hold it in place, and behind it is a screw. I'm just going to set this down for a second to get both hands on there. Okay, so take that off, take the little spring. Now you have this spacer type deal. You take that off. Now I'm actually not going to take this off, but you can see the pin in there. It slides really easy. It doesn't really stay in place. So you have to be. So my suggestion, when you're putting this back together, because the foam padding, these little white things, will also slide around. So start from the bottom and kind of stack up as you go. You'll see also that it's almost dummy proof in a way, because here, I'll just take it off. It's shaped, it's got kind of a square shape to it, so you can only put it in a certain way. You can see that this piece here fits like right there. So you're going to start with making sure the pin is in there. Then you're going to slide this in. Once that's around and fits in, you're going to make sure you have the little foam insert there. Just set it there for the time being. Then you're going to put this in, and also those little holes on the sides are for the pin. So just set that in there for a second. When you get that all stacked in there, then you can bring it in and kind of line it all up. Make sure it pancakes in there like a nice and tight. Once you have those tight, and if it isn't tight, you'll know, because those pins aren't in there right. But just mind the shapes, pay attention to the details, like that little square shape that I showed you. Once those foam pieces are in their spots, and on the other side, this will actually fit in very tight. Once that's done, you want to do the screw, or the spring. That just sets in there like that. Also the nut. Also pay attention that this nut has kind of a groove in it. The groove side of it goes outward. So you're going to set that in there. Once that's tightened in, and I recommend 2 adjustable wrenches, one on each side, and then, or if you have the hand strength, which most of us do, just hold that piece in and then tighten this direction. Once that's in, you're almost done actually. There's the bearing, and then there's also a small piece right there that slides out. I'll show you. It doesn't want to come out. right there. It just slides in there, and that goes around the axle or the shaft like that. Slide it on. Pay attention to the flat spot on here, and that's by design. You can see that's flat. The reason that's flat is because once you put this piece on for your drive shaft, you're going to want to make sure that this fastener screw is tightening to that flat spot, or it will loosen up and spin around on you. Just like that. But that's the order. Hope that helps you. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this up and put it back in the car.